Hi, so I'm Ian Pengelly and I'm going to be cooking a smoked Chiang Mai sausage with beetle leaves and crispy fried fish. Sherry for me is tapas. It goes with like smoked chorizo sausage, spicy sausage, cured meats and stuff. And of course, smoked Chiang Mai sausage is very similar in that respect, so it was actually quite easy to do that. Yeah, well, who shouldn't drink sherry? You know, everybody should have a nice glass of sherry. And although it also has a very nutty taste, so inclusion of the beetle leaf, which was very nutty, was absolutely ideal.
My name is Mark Swain, the chef proprietor of the Tourist Restaurant, shortly to be at the Barclay Hotel. Going forward, by introducing another concept and another angle for diners to be able to eat rather than the average usual aperitif, whether it be a gin and tonic, like champagne, sherry is now something that's chefs are sort of bringing into light. From the sweetness of the sherry, you get the vinegar of the artichoke, beautiful meaty flavour of the ham, and then the saltiness coming through of the olives at the end. Two together and create that as your starter or your pre-starter. I think sherry can be jumped across the board really.
Okay. All right, my name is Atul Kochar. I'm the chef of Benares, and we are making a recipe from my menu, which is jal tarang. It's a scallop and prawn salad. I paired it with Fino because it goes with that character, to be honest. Fino is a very sharp sort of sherry, and that goes really well with the starters. The dessert is called bhapa dahi. It's a very traditional Indian dessert, and I paired it with muscatel, thinking that a sip of sweet wine would really enhance the flavors.
I'm Richard Corrigan. I'm the owner and chef of the Lindsay House restaurant in Rumley Street in Soho. The dish thing is slightly unfashionable at the moment, this, but it's pig with pig and pig, isn't it, really? Yeah. Oh, Chris, what are we giving you, Chris?
I don't know what you're giving
Sweet
me.
fuck all, lad, yeah?
Sweet
Fuck all, yeah. The pieces of the cured pork fillet wrapped in Spanish ham, and then sage leaves wrapped around that. Quite delicious, you know. It really is delicious. Do you have a timer here, do you, please, yeah? A variation on an English theme, isn't it? Apricots and pork. Huh? And sage. Yeah, 10 minutes for the pork fillet. Yeah. Giving it an EU dimension, really, is it?
It conjures up really good images of summer, light, you know what I mean, under sauce plates, which is, you know what I mean, exactly what we do here. No jus, no sauces, you know what I mean. Fruit, kind of peppery turnip, you know what I mean, salty pork, you know what I mean. That's what it comes up for me. Same as nuts and sherry, you know what I mean, really, same scenario. We made the choice to I mean, we were one of the first restaurants in London to feature sherry very, very strongly on our menu, you know what I mean, and has been, you know, we put great effort into kind of pushing sherry across into the restaurant.
See that colour? That's what I'm looking for, you know.
You know, we started to enjoy it. We started to enjoy cooking with it as well. You know what I mean, for marinating our foie gras to kind of finishing our sauces with, because it's very light, very tasty. I mean, there is a nice nuttiness about the Monte Aldo and a glass of Spanish sherry, which nothing can match this whole summer dish to me. Try it yourself, it's fab.
Okay, I'm Angela Hartnett. I run a menu at the Connaught. I love Spanish food. I think I probably love it as much as I love Italian food. So for me, it was an easy pairing of just to find, you know, the simple, you know, salted cod with some beautiful vegetables and a light sauce. And sherry is part of the Spanish culture. And I think once you've been to Spain, you do tend to appreciate it a lot more than the images that it's portrayed over here. And you know, they'll drink it throughout the meal. It's not in that, you know, regimented that it's either before the meal or after. You know, they'll have it throughout, and if you have a great quality sherry, you really do begin to appreciate it. I personally like any form of alcohol. Maybe it's just because I like alcohol. You drink what you want and where you want it. I really don't see that you have to have rules that say fish with white wine, red meat with red wine, and likewise you don't have to have sherry at the beginning of the meal and sherry after the meal. I think it's entirely up to the individual, and if you find a lovely wine or you find a lovely sherry, you drink it when and how you wish and with what. I think there is that culture of pairing food with wine, and you can't get away from it. But at the end of the day, you're out to have a great evening and a pleasurable evening, so, you know, whatever tickles your fancy, really. And it lost on the plate. And I would literally take it from the pan.
Hi, my name's Gordon, 11.5 on a good day. Welcome to Clarity's Kitchen. Today I'm going to be cooking a salad of roasted langoustine, as we know, double baked prawn, with some beautiful artichokes, sautéed. green beans, a wonderful fresh fragrant salad and an amazing truffle vinaigrette. A real good non-stick pan. Richard Corrigan, being the tightest chef in Britain, never spends money on non-stick pans. Every time he sodas along the scene, it sticks to it like shit to a blanket. Sherry should be had as an aperitif, as an alternative glass, maybe to a Chardonnay, and something you could quite comfortably drink alongside these flavours. And it is nice to have an alternative. And it's about time we started focusing on a little more excitement around their sherry and really sort of coming to terms to how good it is and how flexible it is for lunch or dinner. Second dish here at Clarity this afternoon is a beautiful risotto of wild mushrooms. I was recently in Barcelona, went to visit a very famous chef in Rosas called Ferran Adrian. The restaurant's called El Boulet, and he served the most amazing 1898 vintage, creamy sherry. And it wasn't actually to drink, it was to line the palate of your mouth in order to have seafood that had been washed by this sherry. So that really opened my eyes to how exciting this stuff can be, and it's a refreshing change.
My name's Shane Osborne and I work at Pied-à-Terre in Charlotte Street. It's intensity, it's richness, it's like oil, it's like a sexy oil. When you drink it, it's just a feeling. And we tried the Pedro Jimenez after trying a lot of different French sweet wines, and the Pedro Jimenez just hit the spot with the chocolate tart. So we've been serving those two together as a recommended dish for the last year. Sherry's like different types of wine, so you can have whatever you want. You know, Pedro Jimenez is great to finish off the evening with your girlfriend. It's rich, it's dark, it's sexy, so it's a good way to get you in the mood, I think. Lovely, perfect marriage.
I'm 36 years of age. Oh no, that's bad.
Wow. Spectacular.
Fuck me. Hi, my name's Gordon. Welcome to Clarity's Kitchen. No? Welcome to Clarity's Kitchen.
Amontillado. There's an absolute affinity, and this is not kind of Irish blarney, you know, there's an absolute affinity to the Amontillado and turnip.
Stop the bottom workout.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be alright with that. Fifth time round. Fuck me, here we go. Tape 7. Wake up, you numb fuck. If you were to go and eat in Richard Corrigan's restaurant, he'd serve 2 prawns per portion. Here at Clarity's, you get 6. Value for money. Thank you.
So I was thinking